Chapter 9, Act 2. The Betrayal.
When we first arrived here, there were traces of a civilization, but they had long since abandoned this place. So we saw it fit to hide that which matters most here, in this never-ending maze of tunnels.
What exactly is so important that you've concealed it here?
Do not ask questions. You will get no answers from me. We are guardians. That is all you need to know.
Forgive me. In my experience, all who have come to this planet have some amazing tales. I am by nature just curious, says Alex.
You needn't apologize, stranger Alex. So what brings you here, crossing the valley?
I am on a quest to find a friend. She was taken by an evil that has stalked me for many, many years. Alex was interrupted by a growl, coming from one of the tunnels, followed by running footsteps. It was a younger Lucinian, grey and white fur, with the exact same armor as Varg.
Hold it, Kane. He poses no threat. He's simply passing through. Forgive this young blood. He's performing his duty. Return to your station, while I escort the human beyond the tunnels.
The young blood grunts and walks away, glaring at Alex. Well, he seems friendly. Not one for words, though.
He and the other are forbidden from speaking within the first 8 seasons of guardianship. If the vow is broken, the silver amulet around their necks will burn them alive. This is a practice that has been going on for many, many generations, and so it shall remain.
As the two descend further into the tunnels, they pass the ruins of which Varg had spoken. Alex looked around and noticed that it seemed they may have abandoned the city in a rush. Many things were left behind. Not even personal possessions were taken, almost as if they vanished overnight. It seemed strange, but Alex was eager to leave, so he thought nothing of it. Eventually the two reach the end of the tunnels, and Varg shows Alex the way out.
Speak not of this place, friend Alex. We need no company down here.
I will not, and thank you for your hospitality, says Alex as he walks through the hidden tunnel entrance. Not too far from the entrance, Alex hears a voice calling him.
My friend, in order to succeed in rescuing your companion, you must go back.
Why? Why should I?
The trinket they protect has great power. Enough for you to defeat even your most menacing enemies.
Alex stops in his tracks and ponders the suggestion. Suddenly, his eyes gloss over to full white once again. He turns around and runs straight back towards the tunnel entrance. Once inside, he navigates his way around the many cavernous tunnels, moving cautiously, for he may very well be within an earshot of the wolves that patrol the underground dwelling. But if he could corner the young bloods separately and take them out one by one, he can claim the great power they protect. So Alex moves on, deeper and deeper into the tunnels, till eventually he can hear Varg barking orders to the young bloods. But when he listened more carefully, he realized they were fully aware that Alex was back in the tunnels.
The human came back. Tala, go back to the entrance and pick up his trail from there. Kalian, do not leave your position. I will help with the search,
says Varg as he runs off into the dark. This was Alex's chance, but before he could even move, the whispering voice began again.
Let me help you. I will distract while you sneak behind. Be ready to kill. Are you ready?
while I left you for dead, didn't I? Says Alex. And the two glare at each other momentarily. Just then, Dicron appears a few steps away from the young blood, begging him for help as he appeared mortally injured. Kalian stood there, never leaving his post, standing his ground as he begins to growl. But while his attention was focused on the apparition, Alex had snuck up behind him with his sword at the ready. And in one clean swipe, he slices off Kalian's left arm. The wolf turned around and screamed. "So what you gonna do about it?" says Alex with a disquieting grin on his face.
You bastard!
And thus the amulet around his neck began to burn him alive. Meanwhile, somewhere in the tunnels, both Varg and Keela hear the tortured screams of their fallen brother.
No!
As he charges on all fours back to the young blood. But as he arrives, there in the entrance, he finds the grim remains of ash and bone that were once his fallen comrade, still steaming.
You fiend!
He looks in the archway and discovers Alex standing in front of the chest that holds the precious stone. But as he charged forward towards the human, unaware of Alex's powers, he is blasted back by the red beam, planting him firmly in the cave wall.
No, stranger. You know not what you do.
All I know is that this will give me the power to stop my enemies. So Alex opens the chest and picks up the glowing red stone from within. But the very second he grabs it, a powerful surge of energy is released, shaking the walls and collapsing many tunnels in the underground domain. As Alex looks at the stone in his hands, he begins to scream. His face begins to steam as flaming welts of fire burst from his chin, searing a straight line up to his brow, and then splitting in opposite directions, burning a T-shaped scar permanently into his face. He violently thrashes about, screaming in agony, till the pain eventually subsides. Alex now on his knees, hands on his face. He grabs the chest for leverage and slowly stands up. He turns his head slightly to the side, looking to Varg, who is still trapped in the wall behind him.
Why hide this power? Then keep it for yourself,
says Alex as he turns around. The freshly burned flesh begins to heal, leaving the T-shaped scar.
You killed my son. He had one season left. One season after so many. I will kill you myself, Alex.
You can try,
says Alex as he begins to pull the tattered brown jacket off, exposing his skin, and those illuminated veins that were once bound only to his forearms and hands had spread across his entire body, giving him a crimson glow. He picks up his jacket and raises his hand to the ceiling and blasts a hole straight to the surface.
I am like the monsters that hunt me. Let them come, or better yet, let me find them.
You have doomed us all, stranger. Now, no one is safe.